Yeah. Come on, your ride is waiting. 1988 560 SEL. Jump inside. Go to the front seat. The women sit in the front. Check it out.
Where'd you get this thing?
Citrus Heights, Sacramento. $2,500. It's not what I paid for it. It's what I want for it. Okay? Yeah. Have a seat. Have a seat. Just have a seat. Okay? Jump in the front. Nordstrom's? It's Nordstrom's, right?
Well, where's your daughter?
She's coming. She's coming.
She's coming. She's
Yeah.
gonna get here.
Jump in. I'm gonna look at the front. Sit. The front is not the greatest, but check it out. I got all new wood already. My wood restoration guy. You can come around this side. My wood restoration guy already hooked us up with all new wood. It's going to get reupholstered. It's going to get painted. This is my ride for my customers. You need to go to the store. Look at, that's an intercom to the back. It has a TV. Okay, come on, let's go back there. Yeah, let's go back there. Check this out. This thing is rad. Yes, 560. And 1988 is the first year that I opened my first shop, right?
Yeah.
I'll jump in there, but go and check it out. It's got a TV, a phone, an intercom. 1988. Think about that for a minute. What was happening in 1988? No phones, no cell phone, nothing. So this thing was a high dollar ride out of Walnut Creek. It was done by this dealership in. Wait till it's painted. I put custom rims on it, a new black top. This is what we're gonna do to the seats, Valerie. I'm gonna recover them, but I'm gonna use cowhide with the hair on it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Right. You can get it in white and black and white and red. I'm gonna do white and red, but the cowhide will be just in the center, okay? And then around the outside will be leather, so that it doesn't wear out the cowhide when you're in and out of it.
So you're gonna take your daughter for a ride in it?
No, not at all.
No?
It's going down to its long-term storage right now.
Oh, okay.
So it's okay. May I introduce you, Valerie, properly to the Ghost? I'm a coach builder. When you build cars, you name them. Okay. This is Coach. My race car is Lola. Okay. This is, I mean, not Coach. Ghost.
Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm a spook. Yes. Yes. Come here. Check it out. Have a seat.
Okay.
Okay, look at this. Wet bar, everything.
Yep.
I swear, I promise, as is, where is, when I get the call from BlackRock to go sign on the dotted line for my trust accounts, this is how I'm going to New York, okay? Driving.
Are you gonna drive?
I'm nervous. Both my grandparents worked for United Airlines after they retired from the military. I'm deathly afraid of planes. Okay, I just lose my water. You know, I got to have a Valium, poison, drink. And I'm a nervous wreck because they shake. So this is what's going to happen. It's going to stay the basic theme, okay? But it's going to get custom AMG wheels. It's going to get a polished paint job for right now. But the first modification that we're going to do is right here and right here on either side. This is where it's going today. It's going to the muffler shop because they're going to bring the exhaust from the engine right up into the cabin here, okay, on both sides, so that whenever we want, we can just asphyxiate ourselves, okay, and say, screw it, it didn't work. We'll try it next time as the universe pops us around. No, I'm joking. It's for turbos. I'm going to put turbos on the exhaust, but they're going to come up into the cabin here so that you can see them, and then dump out the exhaust, and this thing's going to be a rocket ship. Okay, I'm an engine builder, performance engine builder.
Wow.
But I don't care. There's no collector value. You understand? It's a $100,000 car all day long, fixed up. But there's no real collector value because this is a coach built. This wasn't built by Mercedes-Benz. Okay, somebody built it aftermarket. And when I walked up to the car, I was so excited. The guy said, "Look, it's $2,500. You're next in line." The guy flaked. The first guy, he was supposed to have the money at 5 o'clock. He didn't have the money at 5 o'clock. 5:01, the guy called us, said, "When can you be here?" I said, "I will be there in Sacramento at 7:30. I was there at 7:15. And I said, all I do is get out of the car. I was tired. My co-pilot, who's the co-owner of the car, we're 50-50. His name is Denny. He's a sergeant in the United States Marines, okay? So he's going to be our driver all across country to deliver our customers and our custom engines. We're going to put a trailer behind it to deliver our custom cars and engines proper, okay? But sidebar intended, he's 50-50 with me in the car, and we got to the car and I said, "Look, I'm tired, man," but I got out of the car and I looked at the roof. As long as the roof didn't sag, it was mine. Okay, it started, it ran, it's got a little misfire. I didn't care. I'm a mechanic. We brought my service wagon and we just drove it. I was so excited, Valerie. The guy sit there and told me, he says, "Look, there's alternator problems." And I didn't listen. I put a battery in it, and about an hour and a half later, about a couple minutes before the Benicia Bridge, it died. So we had to get towed off the freeway, got it. I went to O'Reilly Auto Parts and I just bought a bunch of batteries because you can run on batteries, okay? I figured the first one got us an hour and a half. We'll just get to my dad's. So we got to my dad's, changed the alternator, and then all of my Mercedes-Benz service was in the Bay Area. I haven't seen my old buddies in 30 years, so we spooked them. Live video, organically, just like I spooked you coming out the door. It's priceless. You can't act that stuff.
Yeah.
So I went around, I was looking for 4 of them, but I found 3. Valerie, we shouldn't even have been allowed to have keys back in the day to cars. These guys are now running dealerships, okay? I'm gonna have my own dealership. I need their sponsorship to be on board to get a dealership, okay? So they were fucking blown away, because we haven't seen each other in years. And then they got to introduce to the Ghost, right? So we went to all these dealerships and everybody came out with cameras. Every dealership. They weren't looking at new cars. They came and looked at this. So you're right, Valerie. You said something very important yesterday to me. You're right. I do get what I want. I got what I want today. Okay, I got to come here and show you Ghost. I'm waiting for my daughter to make up her...
Does she know how to get here?
I gave her the address, everything, and I said, "Look, this is your birthday present. You either get here, you're getting nothing." Okay, that's the bottom line. So this is I'm going on tour today because I'm going to go park it for a while, because I can't park it at my house because it's we're like you, we're in the country. Okay, I don't want the rats and stuff in there. And It's going to a secure place.
Right.
But Jesse today at the muffler shop, he's going to give me the quote, and we're going to put this on the rack to figure out this muffler, this turbo thing. That's the first modification, because the seats and all that stuff, when it's parked, we can rip that stuff out and it can be done.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of upholstery guys. But look, TV, VCR, stereo, all kinds of switches. I'm going to make it all work. I decided to make this you can make these old phones work.
Oh, really?
Okay? You just have to call 611.
Looks like it needs some,
Yeah, it needs love. It needs a new cable that just plugs in. But you can make these old phones work. And if I can't...
how do you...
Oh, you just call. You get the phone fired up and you call 611, and it'll patch you to the new whoever owns that number. The numbers never change on the phones, the IP numbers. So it'll be expensive, like $3 a minute, but I just want it to work for emergency purposes. Behind you is the intercom to the driver.
Oh yeah.
So the first thing that we did is we called up Mercedes-Benz North America San Diego Division Club, and we showed up to their event. I had to get a VIP because they have this little club thing where they want you to call, and they're going to give you the secret meet location before the actual meet location, you know. So I went and met them with their little cars and coffee and spooked them with this because they're really rare. They're really rare in this condition. Enough. I can fix anything in this thing. It's not a problem, but the it's the idea. It's the spirit. I drove it home. I can pick up my customers, drop off my customers. Yeah, it's got switches and visors and all kinds of cool things. I can pick up my customers, drop them off, take him thing. We have like a bunch of friends, so when we go to the airport, we're gonna pile in this. We want to go clubbing. Yeah. This is the car, you know. Yeah. This is the ride.
Drive it, though.
What?
You'll need somebody to drive it if you're going clubbing, huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
You need somebody to drive it if you're gonna go clubbing.
Danny, Sergeant and Danny. Okay, here's the best part. We're gonna be hauling some really expensive engines. Okay, across the country. He's locked and loaded. He can conceal carry, right? Wow. So he can protect our valuable merchandise, or if we're driving somebody who needs security, you know, a little bit extra love, so to speak. But this is how I'm driving to Black Rock. Right.
Where is Black Rock anyway?
New York, downtown. Okay, it's a little bit outside of their main building's a little bit outside of Manhattan, but like I said earlier, it's open disclosure time for David Puckta. You can't impress me with money. It's not about money, Valerie. It's about this one-on-one communication, human being, love. Okay, I love what I do. I love helping people, and to show up in a brand new Mercedes $500,000 limo because you have a big bank account is kind of, let's just put it this way, a musky Balos Zuckerfucker, you know, with a Gates behind it. Okay, no, I got class, Valerie. I'm a gentleman. Okay, you don't open the door when I come around. You're not allowed to touch one. You know what I mean? So this is style. This is Mercedes-Benz when it's still at the height, there's no question, but they've always been at the height of their thing. I could have bought the next year newer, which is the 140 body style, which I like personally, but no, not for what I'm going to be doing with this dealership. This is not going to be a dealership like a normal dealership. It's going to be a restoration and service dealership. Okay, Mercedes-Benz Werkz Inc. Independent factory Mercedes-Benz authorized. And I got this fantasy. Okay, the first thing that I want to build, it's going to be lakeside east on at least 200 acres. Because I want to build a racetrack around the dealership in those ridiculously treacherous mountains. It'll be world famous. Okay, I have friends that drive dozers. They'll be happy to dig it for me. Then I got this idea of a huge courtyard, like super wide street, like 100-foot wide entrance with a fountain in the middle, all brick, red brick. But down the court, I want 5,000 square foot minimum shops all the way down the court, like garages. Okay, really done nice with their offices in the front, waiting room, everything. But on the back side, I want 5,000 square foot homes attached to the shops. Okay, however, either attached or on the same slit of property, so that the workers, the craftsmen, can live on site with their families rent free. Then you'll have a wood shop, interior shop, paint shop, glass shop, a motor shop, transmission shop, machine shop, the whole 9 yards, right? Or full restoration part of the company, real European. Then, of course, the dealer. And then a race car shop, because I'm a race car. Nitromethane is like steroids to me. It's the fuel that they use in Top Fuel drag racing. It runs in my veins. When I smell that stuff, women are not important. They're not. Nothing's important to me. So, yes, it's going to be a really classy place on top of the hill in Lakeside.
Lakeside, okay.
Yeah, east Lakeside, because that's the way the population's going. I don't need to be on the main freeway for somebody to see them. They'll find us because we're going to specialize in all Mercedes. The sad thing is when you go to the dealership today, the technicians are too busy to work on this. They're not going to touch it. And there's no independence. There's no restoration shops like what I want to build. Or let's put it the easiest. On the science, it's called on a lab bench. I'm a builder. I wish I had photos of the cars that I built. I'm just going to name 3. The first one, Guards Red, convertible, Porsche, 1978, white interior, white top, flared out fenders, chromed out engine, MC Hammer's personal car. Okay? Next car, full-blown race car kit, Porsche slant nose with a big huge whale tail on it. We painted that car candy apple burgundy. Okay, 18 coats of paint. You could see your reflection across the street in the paint. I was 19 years old building these cars. That was NC Hammer's general manager's car, Vincent. Okay, the third car, 1967 Porsche 911S, extremely expensive car to start with. My cousin Scott, who's now a Silicon Valley icon, wads of cash from Classified. Okay, big wads of cash from Classified. So mint metallic green with gold BBS wheels. It looked like money, Valerie. Oh my goodness. And then so this time the ghost trip, we started at my dad's house and said, look, this is where I started building engines. Then we went to my shop. It's still there. 5,000 square foot full-blown race shop, engine building and body work that I was responsible for at 19. And I worked for a company called Porsche 911 Engineering in the Bay Area. They were a factory sponsored engine building race shop. I built engines for them. Okay. And I earned the president of that company after I built a custom piston for Porsche. It's still the most coveted race piston today. They made $14 million to date on my piston design, and I open sourced it. Here, I'm going to give you a trump. I made open source up. Okay, I made that up. So now I'm going back with my new piston design for Mercedes Benz, because I have a design. It's a really cool design. It's called Wave Guide, and it's got like a wave. It's got a pocket in the middle of the piston with a pinnacle in the middle, so that when the sonic wave hits, it bounces back and doubles the amplitude. In my patent, and I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I'm going to pay to have it done. And then if it works, we'll sell it, and this time I'll come with royalties and a patent and a sponsorship.
What happened to the last what you built?
I open sourced it. I got all the money that I needed for the royalties to buy my first house. That's all I cared about. And then after that, I open sourced it because I didn't care. We didn't know if it was going to be successful. We just knew it was a successful piston. High compression, super light, super strong, and better than the factory piston. It ended up in the factory race car engines. It was so good. So, okay, this is stop one of today's ghost trip. Thank you, Valerie, for your time.